We have the layer cake, jam-packed red. It's California 2018. We have the Blue Mountain Vineyard Breeze Blush. Absolutely amazing. We have the Blue Mountain Victoria's Passion.
That's her mama.
Yes. And we have the 19 Crowns Martha Short.
And we had Crazy Uncle Craig.
Hell yeah! Crazy Uncle Ketchup. Hold up. Come on.
We got Crazy Uncle Ketchup right here.
I'm doing shots of that after
He
the
was
show.
chilling in the fridge.
Guys in this bitch, nothing but the best.
As you know, I am Sade. You can find me at Just Day or at www.omgisjustday.com. Or you can find me on Twitter at omgisjustday.com. I used to have all of them were at Just Day, but we don't talk about that anymore. Moving on to our guest.
Hi, I'm Andrew Hillary. You can find me on Twitter and or Instagram at AndrewHillaryUS. Also, I am the host of a politics and news and cynical, doom scrolling for your ears podcast called The Worst Week Yet. You can find that Andrew podcast or go to worstweekyet.com.
Take it away. We were going this way.
Oh, no. It's y'all turn. It's y'all.
It's supposed to be your turn. Lindsay.
Oh, look at her.
No, we're going this way.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. You went this way,
Yes.
then going this way.
Is it going clockwise or counter?
No, I said I would start because I usually introduce everything. So then we'll
Alright, that's you. Go. Go
Yeah,
start.
you introduced her.
Just
This
go.
time, another guy.
Okay, I can be last.
Just go.
This is every introvert's dream to be last to talk.
She can never introduce herself.
Clearly.
Would you like to introduce
I just know the first thing she's going to say is we talk about the mother again.
We usually
Talk about mama and daughter. You did a hell of a good job.
Okay, I got this.
She said, "Psych, I lied."
She just makes Angel have to edit more hours.
Y'all about to be sober tomorrow? Like, bitch, why you take all this time to introduce yourself?
You got this.
Okay.
Alright, while y'all introduce yourselves, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Alright, we won't look at you. We won't look at you.
This is what happened. We're gonna get it. We're gonna turn our backs. Dig that hole quick. We're just gonna turn our backs. It's gonna be okay.
Okay,
I
one,
got
two.
this, really.
On the count of 3, we all turn our backs. 1, 2, 3.
That doesn't work because you said it.
What?
You said it.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just turn my back. Y'all turn your back when y'all ready.
Don't turn your back on me.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. I got this.
Y'all make me fall out my chair.
I got this, guys. Stop. Hush. I got this. See, Andy, behave.
We are losing people. We are losing
Okay,
people.
now I got it.
Now you
No,
got it.
I failed.
She had it.
You say you fail.
Oh man, it's hot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'm coming back.
Why'd you go under?
Because I failed.
Yo, why's the intro taking longer than the entire podcast?
That's
All
why I
these damn
said.
bottles. That's what happened.
Y'all wait till I get drunk to do that.
That ain't went upstairs, though. Me and Kim back down, we still ain't finished.
Hurry up, you still got time before she gets
Go,
back.
go,
Come
go.
on.
Okay.
This is why we did the intro last. We moved the intro to last for this very reason.
Look.
Oh my gosh.
Helena fell.
Uncle Fresh.
Okay.
Now I done forgot my
Calling
name.
here for you. Let's go, girl.
Look, don't look at her. Don't look at her. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm gonna look away.
You got this.
I'm gonna look at. Is this a 3? 33.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it personal.
Take it personal. I was doing so good. God damn.
I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go in here. 'Cause I'm
4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, what is that?
I ain't gonna lie. The word "take it personal" almost broke me. I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
I don't know. He was like this. He was like, I was like, take a personal. And he just made me laugh again.
Tell the people who you are.
Hey!
Y'all,
25 minutes of pre-roll just to get to that.
y'all,
Next.
this is like why I fail.
Tell the people who you are. My name is.
Hi.
I'm
I'm Wilson and 89. Follow me.
That's her name.
You good, Nace.
Just go.
That's good enough.
Ooh, my cheeks hurt.
I really hope
Oh,
in
no.
that.
I didn't have a single bit of heartburn until we started doing this fucking podcast. I'm all shaking my guts up laughing and sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're sweating. Shoot.
Wow, is this gonna be the most unhinged, hilarious intro? And then it's gonna be like cut to, yeah, so a bunch of kids died this week. Fuck.
I can't with y'all. And I'm gonna go potty.
Hey, yo.
Good luck
Come on,
making
yo, we
this.
gotta finish this intro.
Yeah, you gotta finish the intro. So
I want y'all to know that what I do after we shoot an episode is very, very serious.
TV. Where are you going?
I can't leave.
I'm coming right back, y'all.
Alright, because I am a professional, I think somewhere along the line.
Kitty.
I can't. I'm so close. Stop it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sweating from my eyeballs.
Said I got her.
That's called crying.
I'm sweating from my eyeballs.
This is why the intro was before.
I feel like it's a bad strategy.
This is gonna be a good
Hey,
one.
man drank 4 bottles of wine and then told us to do the intro.
But this is the first thing you see. You want to be entertained.
Oh,
Fair,
shit.
fair.
Oh, shit. I'm sweating from my eyeballs. Listen, can you stop rubbing a pussy in front of me?
Isn't that crying? It's just.
Alright, anyways, you should know me by now. It's AngelLeeTv. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. If you're watching it right now, you're watching it on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and leave a comment down below. We accept all comments. Make sure you should follow us again, blah, blah, blah. And, hey, yeah, sit
Blah,
with
blah,
us.
blah.
Yeah, sit with us. Find a bottle somewhere. Find a friend. Get a glass. Chill your wine, or don't chill your wine. I don't care.
Put ice in it. Fuck it.
You don't even have to have a fancy wine, because these solo cups work just fine.
And make sure you subscribe to his podcast.
Yes,
Yes.
the worst week yet, because listen,
This is your time.
we wouldn't say ever, but we don't know what's coming.
Yes.
Now that I'm no longer mayor, I can be candid. But I was candid before, just not as candid.
Listen, the worst week yet. Check it out. I'm telling you, hilarious. Hilarious. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Lena. You gotta do your
Take
intro,
it
too.
away.
You
Looking like
forgot,
you're
didn't
under
you?
a commercial.
It was supposed to go this
Come on,
way.
come on, Vanessa Serena.
But
I'm done. Go.
Okay, y'all, my name's Helena. Y'all can find me on Instagram, PVMPCESS. Princess is like Pimpcess, but you know, yeah, I mean. PVMPCESS _ Pisces, PISCES.
Whoop whoop.
If y'all want to find me on Facebook, my name is Helena Jackson. I don't give out my government, but for y'all, y'all make it work. That's HELANA Jackson. Y'all know how I spell Miss Jackson.
Are you for real?
For real.
I'm so
Okay,
glad
so what
you
we're trying
said
first
that.
is it's called Layer Cake Jam Packed Red
Layer
California
cake.
2018. It's richly layered wine. You smell an intense bouquet and taste the diversity of flavors to unfold on the palate with every sip. It's a red and it's rich with juicy ripe fruit and a long pleasant finish.
So
14.5% alcohol.
Yeah.
And it smells dry, so I might be pouring it in a cup somewhere. My water
It
cup.
smells good though. But it do
Like
smell
it.
like it's
But
gonna
I've
be-
learned that we've learned that the descriptions aren't.
They don't mean.
They just write some
don't
stuff
work.
on there.
Yeah, you know,
That's
that's
a
like,
Bible.
well, you
They're
They're
have to
gonna
describe
fill up the
it.
label with something, right?
It's like gin. I said I called it.
It's dry,
Mm.
but it's good.
Well,
dry.
that and we're coming off a really sweet wine.
But if you ate it, I feel like if this was some steak, it would be like really good.
This would definitely be good for steak.
I would just be having a good time if I was eating steak. So like, if somebody, if I'm eating a steak,
That type of
like yeah, no, there's a steak in front of me. Put whatever in this glass. I don't care. Bring out the dish towel.
I'd be like, listen, bring
He
out
said,
the
bring out the
England and
dish
Worcestershire
towel.
sauce. That's my drink. Let's pour this.
So I attempted to make steak for the
Give me a
first
glass
time
of
because before the pandemic I didn't eat beef.
Okay.
So I was like, babe, I'm gonna make you some steak, and he was like, you didn't do a good job.
Oh,
Wait, what?
That was like, you didn't do a good job
You
on
can
this
tell
steak.
if a wine is a good wine by the legs. So you know if you swirl it and it dribbles down.
You know what?
I feel like there's all
See,
kinds
look,
of people
look.
in my life that are teaching me
See
new
the
things
legs.
about wine. That's how you know if it's a. So does that mean it's a
You,
good
you
wine?
can tell it's a nice wine, yeah.
Did you know that, Dave?
That's why I was
I did not.
like,
I
don't
did
know.
that was wrong.
now you know.
Lips that come down.
Yeah.
I retained nothing.
That's
But
dope.
it's like,
Every time I would travel, I would take a wine class, and even in flight attendant training, they made me.
I
That's
only
that-
go to the little
that's
wineries to drink.
That's that Hawaii.
oh, wine.
But this was actually like
We
the
got
first sip. You're like, mm-mm.
Like I said, we're coming off of that real sweet.
But
So our palate
That's
is
what I-
like,
but I buy a bottle of this to impress somebody.
yeah, it's nice.
This shit like
you know.
juice.
It is. You know how many times we done sat here? Well, first of all, y'all know how many times we done sat here and finished a box of wine. A whole box.
In one podcast.
Yeah.
Just the four.
All three of us, we've literally finished a box of wine.
You know what's
I would love to
the only thing that's below Franzia is Elmo Pito. Is that what it's called, or what is it?
The one that's like people
It's
that
really
don't really
cheap.
drink.
It's really cheap, and it tastes really gross.
It's like, yeah, I know
It's
what you're talking
sweet.
about.
It's so sweet that it's not even a
Yeah, what you
dessert
paying
wine.
for?
It's just like
No, you know what's cheap?
Carlo
about that?
Rossi.
That's one of them wines.
Carlo Rossi's good,
You're
though.
like,
I'm
you
okay
should
with
answer.
that.
Well, bitch, you paid $15.
But
for
when
it.
you get to when you get to the Wild Irish Rose level, where you can get a whole big old jug for like $3.99.
No, that's
It's
oh,
not sweet.
That's what people that used to line up. Like my mom used to be the assistant manager at Ones and Spirits, and like they would, as soon as they would open, there would be a line outside.
My mom, my
and that's
grandma
what a
loved
lot
her
of
some
those
Wild
people-
Irish Rose with
Yeah,
ice.
it was Wild
That's the
Irish
first time I got
Rose.
drunk. She's
All
like,
that
cause
bottom show
her
stuff.
thing was, oh well, I want you to taste it, so when you get older, you won't be curious. Well,
You
she
won't
let
be
me taste it a
curious.
little too much, and I was.
Oh,
So
that's
wrong.
what that
Now I'm
is.
out.
That's
Yeah.
his mother.
But I didn't want no more after that. I was like, ooh, I don't want it.
We like the daughter,
Who's
so we
this
just had
lady?
to get the mother.
That's Martha Stewart.
That's the Martha.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
I
this
was
is
saying.
You gotta remember not to throw the bottle away because I want to do the VR.
I looked at, I didn't see the
Yeah.
Martha.
The 19 Crimes
Sweet
Hasn't
So
Lord.
I would have known that Martha Stewart looking like, who is
Martha
this lady?
is like the coolest person. Period. She does it for me. She went to prison.
I
She
thought-
had
That's
Jamaican.
That's her favorite thing.
Yes! That's my favorite thing.
Here, you can finish it.
Y'all heard the first thing she said when
Funny
she went to
thing
prison.
about it is I do not remember her before. I remember her before, but
That's sad.
what she did wasn't remarkable before until after she got out of prison.
You saw that too, huh? as you've seen, I will knock a glass over. I will knock it out your hand. It won't be
I'm
on
clumsy as
purpose.
hell.
I'm just clumsy.
All right.
I'm clumsy. See, I got ketchup.
Me
on my
and
chin.
Daddy.
So I'll let y'all finish.
That.
And I guess we'll talk about some current events.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Sometimes we have an actual list of current events, and sometimes we just go off.
I mean, I feel like
You don't
this
need a
week,
list nowadays.
I feel like this week, well, this past week,
This month.
It's been pretty uneventful.
You
this
know what?
last
This,
week, yeah.
you know what? This we're gonna talk about this
Nothing
generation because it's just going to fuck.
I
can't even talk about the day. We can't talk about the week. The week was bad, not bad, but some shit happened in the week. Shit happened.
It was
The
depressing.
year in general. I was like, we just gonna talk about this generation. Cause
You know, it's funny. People be like, they're like, "Oh, you lived through 2020." I was like, "Yes, I'm in 2022."
I survived.
I was
No,
like,
but someone said people are gonna have a field day with the history books. It was the 2020 to the 2022.
people gonna be reading it like, "Wait a minute, what?
What is
Time
this?
out. Let me go back. I must
What
have
happened
missed
in
the part."
2020?
Y'all stayed open during a pandemic?
Like, wait a minute.
Meanwhile,
Excuse me, teacher. Did y'all? I feel like there's some pages missing from my textbook. Is there something I'm missing here?
Kids gonna be
No.
like 2046.
That's
like,
it.
what happened in 2022? There was a World War III, but not really.
but I question, like, do they put like some of the school shootings in the history books?
They do. I had a history book that
Rarely.
had Columbine in it.
Rarely. It's rare that you hear about a school shooting in a history.
We were just talking
Right.
with our
because
with
they don't be
Jamie,
want to.
Mm-hmm.
and she was
They
talking
sit
about
there and they
the school
pick.
shootings.
They pick and choose what they want you
Yeah.
to learn.
Mhm.
Like,
But
what
they were
wanna put
talking
in the
about,
book and
like,
they want you to learn.
She was saying, she's like, when was the first school shooting?
Columbine.
Columbine.
That's what we're talking
And then
about.
she was like, when
They're
we have a lot here in PA, and I was like,
they're actually sending their kids to college. The people that survived Columbine right now.
and that's crazy to me. Like,
Technically, the first school shooting in America, it wasn't Columbine.
What was
It
it?
was in the 1700s, and it was a bunch of Native Americans. They
Ah!
were shot a bunch of white people's kids. So, like, I don't know. I hate to say
Wait,
that's
I
my
feel like
favorite
there needs
school
to be-
shooting,
there needs to be like a
but
star in the rainbow
Yeah.
that says, "The more you know."
that one definitely has an
The more you
asterisk
know.
next to it, you know?
Shit, the less you know.
And it's crazy.
Let's-
Even
let's
like
Like, you don't need to.
You don't need
I was
to
on
skip that.
TikTok.
We ain't gonna tell you.
I was on TikTok and this guy said he likes to eat his chicken bland and he doesn't. People were like, "That's an eating disorder."
I'm trying to date you. Run, girl,
He
run.
likes- He eats his chicken how?
Bland,
That's-
unseasoned. It looked really terrible.
sounds-
Well, here's
Does
the
he wash it
That
off
sounds
before he
un-
cooks it?
That sounds unseasonably ghetto. That sounds
Well,
unseasonably
I can
ghetto.
understand if like you were a survivalist or something and
No.
you just catch a
He
chicken.
had a choice.
I mean, if you
Uh,
got like,
If you're trying to like
I
learn
can-
how to
I
get
can
away
see if
from
you
the
got like
season,
diabetes, or if you got like high
mean,
blood
even
pressure
if
or something like that.
but diabetes
You
is
can't
the
have too much
sugar.
seasoning.
Sugar don't belong on chicken anyway.
I'm not-
and
the comment section.
they
I like sweet
Mrs.
chicken.
Dash. They got Mrs. Dash that don't got no salt in it. I feel like you could. There's a way.
There's a
The
way.
Chicken
comment
should always
section
have flavor.
said, "Your people did not invade so many countries. For you to eat your chicken unseasoned."
Could you imagine if we were back in the day, like way back, and
No,
we
because
went?
I'd be the first person to wish a bitch would. No, I could
But
not.
like, yeah, like our indigenous people,
Baby.
you know, they welcome these people to the land and they cooked for them. So I bet you that food was fire. That food was fire. I could just
Better than our
imagine
food.
that food was fire. They was like, ooh,
They
taste
messed
this
up
corn.
because they
Oh,
didn't
taste
at
the
least
corn.
ask them to teach them how to cook
Taste
the
the street
food.
corn.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
We'll teach you
Mayonnaise,
how
a
to
little bit of
roll
seasoning.
it. You know, we'll teach y'all how to, you know, stay warm for the winter, but they didn't teach them about the seasonings. Y'all messed up. Y'all dropped the ball there, you know. If you was gonna go out, you could at least, you know, taught them how to put some salt, some pepper, a little paprika. I'm just saying.
A little pepper. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of life.
I be going in behind people sometimes when I be watching them cook, and I be like, you know what, we gonna oh, nothing, girl. I wasn't doing nothing. I was
Secretly
just
seasoned, like-
waving it. You know, the smoke. It was the smoke.
I'm fanning it. You know?
All right.
Yeah.
So back to the ridiculousness of the school shootings. People. Okay, so I saw it on one of the news websites that they were like, "Oh, school should invest in this $400,000 security system.
Bullshit.
And I was like, I don't think that's a solution.
Yeah,
That's
I
not the
don't-
solution.
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
not. Because guess what? They still won't even. They'll be like, oh, you know where else we could put this money? We could put on some. Like they would do it anywhere else, but where it should be going toward.
Like y'all so focused about these school systems.
Mhm.
Some of these kids, these bathrooms don't got stalls, don't got doors, don't got sinks.
Right.
Their toilets is fucked up. Like y'all focusing y'all money towards the wrong issues.
And it's
Right.
weird because
Right.
the Texas school, or the most recent school shooting, excuse me, actually had protocols in place to the point where apparently some of the officers were stuck in some of the classrooms. Well, because the
Jesus
doors locked,
Christ.
it's locking back.
But see,
But
here's the
it's so
thing.
funny
It's like,
because.
where are the security guards?
But hold on.
They were
but
there.
it's-
They were hiding.
But it's
They
so.
were scared. You didn't.
I mean, I get it.
They were. I
I
get
was
it.
the only
I
reason
get
I'm
it.
saying because I
understand
that.
work
They
security.
were-
Yeah, no, there were police that were like employed by the school that were supposed to be there to protect the school. They fucking ran and waited for backup and let kids get.
But wait, it's
They-
so sad.
And I'm
that-
not mad at it.
Hell.
I'm like, I understand it because you're.
I understand it on a human level.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it on a we have to call these people heroes level. Not like
No,
No.
they
No.
should not be called heroes because all
You're right,
those
you did.
people,
mhm.
all those people should not have died. There was police officers outside the door. They were sitting there discussing how they were going to sit there and
the
handle
local
the
police
situation.
wasn't gonna let wasn't letting the FBI in, which
one
is
of
backwards.
Like the ass backwards. Like,
And I feel like
you
how do
can't
you,
call
how do
yourself
you
a
do
hero
that?
until you
How
take
do
a
you-
bullet for one of them.
I
kids.
cannot imagine being outside of a classroom and I can't get in because I'm being shot at, and then hearing gunshots and knowing.
So the thing is, like, there's a lot of like unclear. The police keep changing their story because they know they fucked up, and it's only a matter of time before it comes out. There's been like multiple stories,
There
but
has.
Yeah.
there's
It really has.
witness accounts from the children. So at one point, the shooter was in a classroom with they weren't. The police say they weren't sure if there were kids alive or dead, so they were like waiting to like break down the door. He was in there for an hour, and there was cops in the hallway, and there was kids inside. At one point, they knocked on the door and said, "Is anybody alive in there? Does anybody need help?" And a little girl said, "Help!" And
Yeah,
the shooter
there was
killed
blood.
killed the girl
Oh.
when she spoke up. The police have blood on their fucking hands.
My thing is, okay,
So I get drunk
we
and
have.
mad at the cops. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's okay.
Okay, so my question is this: there's been so many, news reports that we've seen where they have SWAT situations and things like that, and they don't ask questions. They just bust the door down and they go in. They have on their gear. They go in. They get it done.
They got their shields and everything.
So
But-
in this, I know that they're saying there's, like you said, there's conflicting reports, but they're like, oh well, he was shooting at them and they couldn't get in. They were scared. Some
Y'all
people
are
got.
trained.
I'm
for
like, this is
That's
your
what I'm
job.
saying.
Where is the SWAT?
I
Where's
hate
the?
hearing a motherfucker
No,
say,
but I think
I can't.
I think it was
can't."
a
Y'all are
train wreck
trained for
from the
this,
jump
right?
because
Right.
of no one actually explained the protocols to these police officers that work from the school. Like some of the doors
They just
locked.
give
But
them-
it's
They give
still.
them a-
But I mean, they
Look,
have
they give them the badge and the
that.
title, and then they feel entitled. Like that.
Right, but
literally.
it's
They give them a
still-
badge and
I
a
feel
title.
like they have that
Like
school
you
built like
sat
an
there,
escape room.
you have police officers there at your school for what? If they don't
To
sit there
harass
and
kids.
If,
Yeah, to
but,
harass kids' pockets and shit. Yeah.
but like you have police officers with badges on. That's been police officers for years. For what? When you're supposed to sit there and handle situations like this, but they didn't handle anything because they killed all those people.
Listen, I knew when I became a security officer what the risk was. Like I knew that, there's no bulletproof glass. People are gonna come in and swipe their badge, maybe get in, maybe they piggyback off of somebody. Maybe today's the day. I knew the risk because I've
Today's
done
the
that,
day.
and I even said it. I said, hey. Listen, at the end of the day, the first person they're going to meet is me. I don't have a bulletproof vest on. I don't have a gun. I just got harsh language. And I get it because I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't get paid enough for that, but these people do get paid enough for that.
They put
Yeah.
one of the parents in handcuffs because wanted to go
If
in.
that's my job,
That
Yeah.
police force gets 40% of their city's
if that's
budget.
my job, and somebody said, listen, you protect it.
They got increased funding the last
Today's
2
your
years.
day, bro.
They-
Today is your day
When
because
you
gonna have
sign
hell
up
or
to be
high
a
water.
police officer and they start you for training and they send
Right.
you out to do your first shift and shit like that.
That is your
Their
job.
their main rule is everybody.
It's your
goes
oath.
home.
You take
Right.
an oath.
Say period. You take that
I mean,
oath.
I take it
And that's
seriously.
the number
I
one
feel
rule is
like
everybody go home.
There
Period.
was a.
But it's like,
Sorry, go ahead.
hold on. They sat there and the police officers, I do remember. What's the for?
It's
Sorry.
carbonate.
that's good.
But they
Okay,
did
Mama.
sit there, and there
The
is
mom and
another
the-
there is another story that the police officers did sit there and go in.
Mhm.
Well, they didn't go in, but they sat there and they tried to what they sit there and say something, and
To the
then
people in the classroom.
and so then the gunman sat there and shot at the police officer and like got him in his neck or whatever. And so I guess everyone else stood back like, oh no, we want to be like him or whatever. Like, okay, let's come up with another game plan.
I
Like,
just don't get it. I
no.
feel like I don't know. I just feel like I watch the news way too much, and I've seen them do way more hardcore stuff. I've seen them bust out windows. They've used flash grenades. Where is the where? They're children.
Oh girl, well, let me send you this link.
They're kids. It's a school. Their windows are breakable. You go in and you do your like. I don't understand.
But they do stuff like make their windows like they'll use like what is it called, like plexiglass or
Yeah.
something for windows that make them real strong, and they'll be like, okay,
Mhm.
I understand your point. So it's like if somebody shoot at their window, all right, but we know ain't nothing getting in. But it's a completely different story if somebody on the inside. Because now
What were
these
you gonna
babies
say?
can't get out. Like,
That was
now
the
they
thing.
can't
Like they
get
can't.
out.
They were stuck in there
So it's
with
like,
this
y'all-
psychopath.
that's
like,
another thing I've been saying. Like y'all really directing y'all money towards the wrong thing. Like y'all so focused on the windows. Why are y'all not? Who was like with the shooting situation? Who let them in? Period. Like,
Oh,
did y'all not
actually,
watch him come in, or did y'all not
I-
check him as he's coming in, or
he
anything?
act like
my neighbor just talked about that. She was
you're
saying that
supposed
the
to.
schools around here. She works as a teacher, and she said this just really brought it home to her because she was like, I go to different schools, like I go to Penn Hills, I go to Brashear, I go to these different places. She said, I can't remember the last time someone checked my bag.
And that's terrible.
And
To
they
be
had
fair, you
medical-
said she.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When's the last time a mass shooter was a lady?
Exactly.
But it's not. I mean,
It's right.
Women are emotional.
which would bring me full circle to the women's right thing, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just saying,
I was watching a comedian and he said
Y'all so worried
He
about
said
our reproductive system.
that,
We need to be worried about our emotional state.
men
Anytime
should be
we
able to
snap.
have one gun.
Stop.
And all the women
We
should
not
be able to
starting
have
on a
multiple
red
guns, but
page.
the men would have to ask the women for more than the one gun. What?
I'm trying to figure out the math. I think
There'll be a lot of dead husbands.
No, and it was hilarious.
A lot of
He
dead
was like,
husbands out
no,
there.
because if you ask a woman for a gun, she's gonna ask you, what do you need it for? What are you gonna do?
Okay.
Who is she?
I think
Where
the
she
only-
live at?
the only gun control should be men are not allowed to have a gun that's bigger than their dick. Because you know, the littlest dick dudes have fucking bazookas.
And that's exactly what the shooter
Look, if you need a
had.
gun, you gotta. What are you packing?
I feel
Drop
like-
down, let me see.
I feel
How
like
long?
you got a good bad gun. You gotta be able
Oh,
to
you
fight.
look like
first.
you about
I'm
to get
t-
this
I'm a-
little.
I'm
You
a-
have to be able to fight.
You about to
first,
get this
like-
little 22 right
I'm
here.
a half a
That's what
glass
you about
into
to get.
wine and I'm already body shaming on this podcast. God damn it. God damn it.
Alrighty, so what we've moved on to is the Blue Mountain Vineyards. It's Victoria's Passion,
She's very
and
passionate. It's very good.
it
This
is.
one's good. I like this one.
It's
This
a
is
great
really
wine.
good.
Full-bodied and semi-sweet, rich raspberries,
Mm.
smooth finish that isn't too sweet.
Wait.
It's
This
very
is the
good.
daughter. This is the mom.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a little
very
happy
good.
family over there.
They
And
knew-
the ketchup's
they
the
knew where
crazy
they
uncle.
are. They know where they are.
He said the
And
ketchup's
then-
the crazy.
But
uncle.
It almost
but-
tastes carbonate.
once school starts, you know, the doors are supposed to be on lockdown. Well, not on lockdown, but the doors are supposed to be locked. The cop picking door that
But
the
schools
gunman
aren't
came.
the answer isn't to make school like prison. It is to
No,
regulate
but
guns. Like,
but
see,
the
the thing
door
is,
that the gunman came in was unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, there's, again, conflicting reports because the first story, the first thing that came out is that he got into a shootout with the school police officers before he went in. And that was a story for like a day, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, that didn't happen. He went in through a door that a teacher left open. That teacher, just so happens to be, that's the one that died. So he can't even be here to defend him. The police, here's the thing. The police just fucking lie to cover their ass.
And
So
we
like,
knew they
they're
were
the only
lying.
ones that know what happened.
What
It's
happened?
the people
it's
that's
the
dead.
kids. No, there's some kids that are alive.
Well,
and
like,
they-
to know
they-
how the
There's
shooter
one
got in
kid
and
that's
whatnot.
alive. From in that classroom, there's one kid that was alive.
No, there's actually two. There's the one girl that smeared blood on herself, and then there's another kid that's a boy. He actually survived.
See,
He was on
again,
the
the news lies.
But that's the thing is that, like, I mean, the only person that's going to give us an official story is the police officers who have an interest in covering their asses for
We
where
can't
they
even
fucked
get
up.
the official
So,
story.
like, the realities will probably, unless there was cameras that we'll see footage of, we'll probably never fucking know.
You're right.
But that's just where they want us, is that then people will just be fighting about what happened instead of fighting to change
it's
it.
Maybe
you know?
400
conflict
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
interest. Like people are one side is saying, you know, gun control. The other side is saying, no, it's mental health.
Technically, it's both. But
It's
more
both. I'm
about-
like, but then
Here's the
here's
thing,
my
you
thing.
can't pass a law to get rid of crazy.
Right.
And
And
if they
shout
could,
out
they
to
wouldn't.
Charlemagne the God. I watched his morning show.
Breakfast
And he
Club, right?
said, and he said something he said, how do you legislate crazy? How do you legislate that? How do you pass a legislation for mental health? How do you legislate
Everybody's like, but
hate?
the Constitution.
How do you legislate hate? How do you
Sidebar.
legislate? Because
Have you guys ever seen my wing trick?
are you about to do something?
Please don't put it in your.
Oh, wait a minute now. I feel like he out here.
What?
Okay.
Now wait, I never asked you, are you married?
Mm-mm.
Alright ladies, y'all saw it here on AngelLeeTv. He is single and ready to mingle. Y'all
I
saw
was
what he
about to
did.
say, is this podcast?
Y'all saw what he did. Y'all saw what he
That is
did.
I was
impressive.
about to be like,
That
you
was very
go like that.
I'm very impressive.
So anyways, I have poor liver function and high cholesterol.
But I tell you what, you about to have a whole heart attack.
Hold on, let me see.
Woo!
How you do that? Did you take one bone out?
Yeah, you gotta take the skinny bone out.
Please don't
Now,
have
let me ask you this real quick.
Uh-huh.
Can you tie a cherry stem with your tongue? I don't have a cherry stem. I'm just asking.
Then I'm gonna say yeah.
Like I said, y'all seen it first. We all ready to mingle. He done proven everything you need to.
You know, prove it.
So, do y'all see that we're still in the pandemic? And
Yep.
if you've been to the grocery store, you've seen that a little bit does not go a long way anymore.
No, not at all.
And just when you think you hit middle class, leave inflation and be like, you
Never had that thought a day in my life.
I thought I got close one good time, and then I went to go I rented a Mercedes,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to go fill up right before I had to return it because it was a rental. Don't get. And I was like, ooh, I'm out here until I went to go fill it up. I was like, oh, I'm really not out here. I saw that. It just kept going. It just kept going. And I was like, anytime, 50, 60, 70, it was $150 to fill that take up. I was like, yes, I am definitely poor. It is
So this was a bad experience.
Take
I will
it
not
back.
be getting it again.
I am poor class.
Said no, man.
Okay, to
Please
be
stay away.
considered middle class in the United States, a 3-person household must have earned $51,960 $62 to $155,900.
I'm gonna. Does that include people that live in like rural Wyoming though? Because hold on a second.
Rural Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Here's something that's more legit. In Pennsylvania, middle class is $25,757 per
That's
year.
not middle class. 25,000. That's like That's like right before. That's welfare.
And
That's the beginning of welfare, ain't it? Ain't it 25,000?
Don't forget, the middle of Pennsylvania is all basically rural Wyoming.
Basically made Wyoming.
But yeah,
Ayo.
that's like one of those statistics that like I'm sure that if you frame it one way, it makes sense. But like that's when they say like the economy is doing great. It's like we're all
it's
broke.
not.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What economy are y'all living in?
It's
I
like
want some of
they
that.
you know if you like there's an entire industry that is just looking at numbers and trying to make the best out of it. And it's like they're not technically lying, but they're bullshitting us, you know?
Right,
And
like
how do we know that these numbers are?
They're trying to
Right.
say that the median income in Pittsburgh is $50,000.
That's cute. That's real cute. Y'all keep
Is
that same energy.
is that for 2 years?
Y'all keep that same energy. Y'all keep that same energy when
Is
I
that for
apply
2
for these
years?
jobs that pay that much, and y'all be like, nah.
Nah.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Dave. Because like it would be like you get all your bills paid, and you're like, I got a little bit of money left over. This like hardly ever happens. And you go to the
Right.
grocery store, and a
I
box of
got-
cereal is $7. You're
That
like,
right,
well,
like
well,
really?
I
It used to
have
be
never
4.
known my
What
days.
happened?
I had some money
It was
left.
expensive before.
I had.
In a minute,
When
you're
you
all
get
gonna
good
be
cereal,
walking.
be like $4. You be like,
I mean,
oh,
They
it's a
don't like
special
the workout plan.
$7.
It's like,
What's my workout plan? $7 gallon gas.
And you get the cone, you be like, oh, I'm gonna get the waffle cone with like
Gas
2
is
scoops.
$7.
And it's like $13, $14. I was like,
I ain't fitness in my budget.
I didn't see that. There ain't no roller coasters here.
Like,
Where's
that's
the
a
where's
bit
the
like
bar?
down.
The ice cream truck's about to be an ice cream wheelbarrow.
Oh, speaking of wheelbarrows, have y'all what?
They've been speaking English for like 500 years. I think that's the first time anybody's ever said those words together.
Swear. So,
He owns an ice cream truck.
what?
I guarantee
I
you.
tried one. I did not own one.
Yeah, because if you get a boot on it, you can be like, that ain't even mine.
I don't know that truck.
I don't know that truck.
I wipe my prints off every time I leave. I don't know what you're talking about.
So how did you end up driving an ice cream truck?
I just knew a girl who knew a guy who had a truck that he needed a guy to drive because his other guy died. So I'm like,
What?
Oh my god.
I know how to drive 5 miles an hour and talk to little kids. It's great, dude.
Did you have to go through like a background check?
They did a background check and stuff,
Oh.
but yeah, I mean,
I
it's-
always wondered that about ice cream drivers. I was like, do they at least do a background check?
Well, the ice cream truck around this way.
They
Should
don't never
not
have no ice
be-
cream.
I feel like they only started
literally-
background checks for ice cream, for background checks for ice cream trucks. Because of John Wayne Gacy.
no, they started when I showed up for the interview with a mustache. They're like, hold on, we gotta.
They're like,
No, I think the one over
Hold
here.
on.
The one
That's
over here
nasty.
must be
That's
selling
a little
something.
It look like it's holding all kinds of
Never have any ice
What they
cream.
do
I
is
know
say
they
it's
never
supposed
did.
to
And
be
then it's like they
That's
sit there
sus.
and they drive.
That's
Like they, like sometimes they'll play little kid. Like ever since I've seen that one movie, they played those little. What movie was it? What movie was it? What movie was it? Oh,
Hancock.
no. Where they sit there and they end up being a whole fake. They weren't really selling ice cream. They stole the kids.
What the fuck movie is this?
You see my face like, hold on.
Oh,
What movie is this?
Hold on. I'm really trying to think.
Are you talking about the Purge? Because I think there was an ice cream truck in the
It
Purge.
wasn't the Purge. But it's no, it wasn't the ice cream man. But it's like they're literally selling ice cream, and they're like sitting there trying to lure kids in to get ice cream, and oh my god, what movie is it? I see it happening. funny.
She'll figure
But
it out.
he's
It's
like,
okay. We're
but
gonna put a
he's
warning
like,
label
no,
on
no,
it. So
but
you
hold
see
on,
her in the
hold
ice
on.
cream truck.
No,
Run.
But no, he's sitting there like,
Put the caption on. Let's talk about ice cream. trucks.
he's sitting there yelling out ice cream names, whatever, and the little kids come, ice cream! You know, the little thirsty little kids for ice cream.
I do know about that. Yeah, that's my life.
You ain't never seen a
he
kid more
sits there and
thirsty
he
than grabbing
says,
ice cream
you know,
truck than
come up
somebody
above,
else.
you know, get your ice
Because you
cream.
be
And he
so
sits
hot.
there and he
Kids be-
throws them in and he blocks them up and
Listen,
they
the
roll
pandemic
away.
hit.
The
He hadn't
It's
seen the ice cream
an
truck for
older
so
movie.
long.
Yeah, it's
Or
not
Gil
ringing any
was
bells, but
hopping
I need
over
to watch
shit.
it now.
Chasing the ice cream truck.
I was too.
It's
I
just like,
was
if
right
nothing
out
else,
there
just
with
like research.
I was strong arming little
Really, really
kids.
I be right out there
Jumping
about
over
75
grandma.
cent. I be, Grandma, move.
I'm gonna remember it by the
Being
end
a
of
ball,
the show.
damn it.
I'm gonna wreck my brain
Alright.
for it.
Speaking of ice cream, the Juneteenth ice cream was a disaster. I'm glad they Walmart pulled it off the shelf.
I can't hear that, but I wanted to
This is a very liberal country, okay? And it's-
I didn't know.
You can't sling
What did they watch?
Juneteenth ice cream out here. What kind of shit? First of all,
No.
Look, this is like, and again, like, as a white dude, this is like not really my place to say, but I
Right.
see this shit happen sometimes. Like, remember when after George Floyd, like Nancy Pelosi and them did the kente cloths? It's like, this doesn't look right at all, dude.
Right.
Like, this is, like, do you not have a single black person that you could just ask? Like,
it's weird. It's weird. It's like, really now? Right now?
And then they were selling plates that said it's the freedom for me. I was like, what? Party plate. It said it's the freedom for me. I was
Sure,
like,
yeah.
uh,
She said it's the freedom for me.
Man, like I said, 2020, 2021, 2022, and beyond.
It's mainly
is just,
2021
there's
and
levels to this shit.
2020 and 2021.
I feel like it's 2020 and then 2022.
Like,
People be like 2022, but they say TOO.
the icing on the cake.
This is 2022.
The icing on the cake.
It is.
today is actually March 818th, 2020. I don't know if you know that.
let's cheers.
Oh, let's cheers to that. Let's cheers to March
Hell yeah.
818th.
No, I called it 2022.
And I feel like we went back. If y'all been watching current
Because we're
events,
still in
we
the
literally going
79
backwards.
show that we've been in.
Yes, we are.
We're going backwards. We
So-
went forward just to go.
The icing on the
backwards.
cake was someone actually trademarked Juneteenth. It was a chemical company. And then they canceled the trademark.
I'm ready to hear the
Is that the same people that
Prepared.
trademark everything like was it Black Lives Matter?
No. It's
Like
not the same-
Romantic.
No, it's not the same person. The people that trademarked Black Lives Matter, I'm so upset with them because they bought like $1 million houses. And it was like they did nothing. But I'm glad I didn't donate to it. But they
No,
did
I
nothing.
didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
the
see,
majority,
you know,
there are
being a part
good
of this middle
There
class,
are
I didn't have enough money to
just
go
told me
Yeah.
about that. I was like, wait, what happened? They bought a what now?
Yeah.
Instead of
Right.
what? I was like, they bought a house? Where that
Here's
was
my
that money?
thing.
An
I'm gonna need a
influencer
refund
house.
because I bought her a whole ass jumpsuit to say Black
So
Lives
y'all
Matter on it. And I'm
influencing,
upset.
So the company that filed for the trademark and actually got it is the Boucham Corporation. It's a chemical manufacturing company in New York. And just
Do they make any good drugs?
they did it a few months after Juneteenth was declared a federal holiday, and then they backtracked after the backlash with the Walmart ice cream because they didn't want to do something.
They're like,
Better
oh
make some good
wait,
gas.
that's probably not a good. Okay, so my next thing with the whole Juneteenth is a federal,
Oh my
national
goodness, I
federal,
forgot
whatever
to
it is.
take your cup. I'm so
There are
sorry.
still places that will not give you the day off.
No, I forgot to get
Yeah.
your cup whenever
I'm
you
like, it's a holiday. It's a national holiday.
I was still drinking
It
the-
should be a bank holiday. It's a national holiday. It should be a bank holiday, right?
Yeah.
We still, Columbus Day is a bank holiday, so why isn't Juneteenth?
I got in trouble for
He
telling
didn't
my
even-
teacher that come
He
up he
didn't
didn't
do
discover.
nothing. You know what? I wanna go in somebody's backyard and plant a flag.
I would love to do that.
I just want to go to somebody's cookout
I
and
wanna
just
yes,
put a
come
flag.
in and be
Yeah,
like.
right in
Juneteenth
the
this
middle-
year will actually
Right in the
be a
middle of
bank
the crowd,
holiday.
put a
The
flag
banks
right
will
there,
be
like,
closed.
to me.
So then I feel like people should have the day it's not like it's a national holiday. That means
No,
no
like,
work.
the company that we work for doesn't give us a
that's-
lot of
that-
it doesn't give us a lot of holidays.
I know, but that one, I feel like, come on, man. Y'all, equality.
We don't get like
equal
Good
liberal,
Friday,
all
they
that
took that
other
away.
stuff, whatever it is. I feel like this is the one. Come on, man.
Whatever that bullshit.
Come on, y'all.
I've been just liberally using my PTO because I work from home, and I was like, even if I have nowhere to go, I'm just going.
I don't have nowhere to go. I just don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be online here.
Any worse better than at home, except for nighttime when I gotta come back here and go sleep.
People be like, oh, but you work from home. Isn't it great? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I don't
Oh
want
my
to.
goodness.
Are you okay?
See, y'all done got me drunk.
You're welcome.
Thank you. 'Cause
Some people in some states, the minimum wage isn't even $7 an hour, but gas in California
Minimum
is
wage is
already
what?
$7 an hour.
$7.
What's the minimum wage?
Not $7.
In
When
some
I had
states,
minimum wage, I had $6.75. So I'm like, I had to settle for $6.75.
so people are like, more companies should encourage you to work from home, knowing gas is going to be it's predicted to be $7, like by average by August.
By the end of the year.
Listen, I filled up to go to
There is a
my
lot of
niece's
places.
graduation, and it was $5.50 a gallon, right?
Mhm.
By the time I got there and was on my way back, I spent the weekend going to get gas to come back. It was $6.50. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't own that kind of car. Where's the 87? Is there a lower grade than this that I can put in my?
Let me get some of that 65. I'll get there. I'll make
Where's
it.
that lower grade stuff that y'all be? Y'all got some leftovers in the back that I could use, like some diluted something.
I wonder why no one has
So,
created an
whoa.
alternative to like
Don't do that.
gasoline besides
No,
electric.
they exist. It's just that the
Hydrogen.
fossil fuel industry just has too much power. Like it exists in a small scale, but to ramp it up, you would need investment. And rather than getting investment, they are investing money to beat back that shit. And
Oh,
not
kind
let
of
it
like the
happen.
reason why we don't have the train system that we so.
You know,
Deserve.
I think those two things are related.
Because if I could just hop on a train to go to another, you can do that, but you know what I mean. Like, there's sophisticated train systems in like different countries, and I was like, we need that in the United States. Like, I would pay higher taxes if that's what I actually
Yeah,
had.
because Amtrak's not doing it for me.
There's a dozen roads in Pittsburgh that are like
That's
4
shit.
lanes wide for no reason,
Are you
other than
hot?
there used to be a trolley there.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't turn. You can't
You
turn.
said
the
then you
AC
were going
on.
like this.
No, I do that when I have to sneeze and it won't come out.
Like
Oh,
at one point they were going to extend the
gotta-
T,
Yeah.
But then it got shut down. Like, they're like-
a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta hold on, let me.
the T
It's
ran
stimulating.
all
It used to. Like Perrysville Avenue, there used to be one. There used to be one going through, I think Oakland and shit. I know there was one that went up Mount Washington. There used to be more of them,
You talking
and
about railroad?
like trolleys and stuff, like
Oh.
subways and shit.
My mom said that my mom said she used to walk on that.
I feel like I can't.
It's owned by Northern
Northern Suffolk.
You know the train.
Northern Suffolk.
Suffolk?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
way. But before it was owned by that, you used to be able to hop on the train in Braddock and you used to be able to go downtown. Like, but now these train tracks belong to all these commercial companies now.
But
They
see,
were
that's
able to
another
get rid of.
thing.
They were able to get rid of public transportation whenever cars were like just affordable enough that somebody working one job and supporting a family could get a car, and then that started getting more and more out of reach. But the public transit was already gone. And then, like, people started moving out to the suburbs that could afford to, and now all those motherfuckers want to move back to the city. So now all the people that had to live in the city are getting kicked out to, like, the half suburbs. And it's,
suburbs.
this is a fucking compounding
No,
problem.
wait. He said the half suburbs. Like, you're in the suburbs or you're not. Half
I don't- like,
suburbs.
I think they're called exurbs, where it's, like, still far away from the city center,
said
but it's
exurbs.
not, like
It's not rural. It's considered rural.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a word for it, but yeah, I don't know. It's fucked. It's all kind of fucked.
Would
Like-
you pay more taxes for if you had a train system that went around the city.
If I paid taxes.
Let's move on to the next one.
Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, what are we drinking? This is so good.
Okay, this one I think is the daughter.
Yeah.
Right? And it's called
Yes.
Blue Mountain Vineyards. Also,
We had her before.
It's Breeze Blush.
Who is Bree?
I
I don't know who Bree is, but I hope she saw me eat that chicken wing.
He said, girl, I hope you let's get us this wine.
It's 12.2% alcohol.
Bad.
So your mom tastes good, but girl, I hope you
It's,
taste
it doesn't taste like 12.2% alcohol, but it is. It's because
she's a little kid. She's littler.
because of its young and sweet characteristics, this wine was named after the winemaker's daughter. Clean, fresh, fruity. This wine attains its attractive rose hue through a few days' contact with the skins of grapes, and then is blended with other grapes. Delicious with an assortment of foods such as chicken or seafood, it is a great picnic wine.
I'm saying, I'm on point.
You know what? I haven't been on a picnic in a long time, but next time I'm going, Bree's coming with me.
Especially when you took that chicken off the bone. Bree, if you out there.
It's gonna be, hold on. It's gonna be all clean bones and empty bottles.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. The bottles over here.
So you're the
Clean
real
bones,
Got my fucking
empty bottles.
Clean balls and empty bottles.
Can you have a picnic without? Technically, you can't have a picnic without food. I don't know what the
You can. It's a wine nick.
No, and it's funny because the last picnic I went
So they're
on.
drinking it.
Remember when we all had to stay in the house?
They're drinking it.
And we were all like defiant. All of us were hiking that never even went hiking. And we're like, we're going to go outside and we're going to go hike through the park. We're going to walk through the park, even though we're supposed to be keeping our asses in the house.
Oh no, baby, that ain't gonna work.
So Pat, he said, oh, we're going to go on a picnic. And there was no food involved in this picnic. We just went to Mount Washington, sat on a blanket, and we watched movies.
We just went to Mount Washington and sat on a blanket.
There was a lot of people out that was like,
I just love somebody.
I don't want to stay in the house either. Like the parks are packed during those
That's
2
why when
months.
we went camping that one time, it was so hard to find camping spots because people were like, "Ooh, this is a great time to glamp." Because we don't camp, we glamp.
Oh, here's a great
Yeah,
kind of lamb.
we don't.
I gotta remember that.
It's like the first time we did camp. Like we got the little tent and we were like relying on their bathrooms and all that. It was car camping, but still. And then the next time we were like, oh, well, now we're comfortable. Now we're going to buy our own bathroom, our own little camp toilet. And now we have a sectional.
We're going camping again in July.
Yeah. Now we have a sectional
I was
for
like
no
7
reason.
years old.
Are you
It's
serious?
great. Go to Raccoon State Park. It's
I
great.
don't like doing shit by myself and I don't got nobody to go with.
Hello. You have a whole new crew now.
Shit.
Just saying.
Can I play with an axe?
And go on a nice
I'll do it far
I
away.
have well, I don't have a fire pit right now. I had a fire pit. I'm redoing my fire pit, and I have a splitting axe and a regular axe. You're always welcome to come split wood with me, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I have a slingshot too.
What?
Yeah.
You should not let me play with that.
Wait, you have a what?
Slingshot, like a literal slingshot, like a literal.
She has
slingshot.
bio.
And
Like-
I'll be the first person to shoot his eye out with a
Dennis
slingshot.
Like the little,
yep.
and then you.
But it's got little metal.
I thought you was talking about like a crossbow. I was
Next time.
gonna say.
She
I
has
haven't gotten that one yet.
Don't even tell me if you get that one.
Alright.
He said,
Let me shoot it.
Okay.
Let's
"Don't
shoot
talk
it.
about the crossbow. I'll rob you for
This
it."
one's some good.
Come on, let me see.
I can't believe it's
I'm gonna swear
almost
Saturday
June.
Wednesday.
I know it's Gemini season, y'all.
You know, they say time flies when you're having fun. I found that it also goes pretty quick when you're having a bad time.
It does. It definitely does.
Where's the time going? Look at the time. Oh my goodness, I got to go.
We were talking about this earlier. Winnie the Pooh is getting a horror movie, and they
What?
don't need a horror movie.
Why are they hiring my Winnie the Pooh? I love
Talking about
so
this.
confused.
Okay, so we were recently talking about this. It's hilarious, not hilarious. Also pretty sad. Angel tends to think that the Kardashians are pretending to not know how to do things. I think they don't know how to do anything besides be famous for being famous. Like Kendall Jenner I guess that's her last name. She didn't know how to cut a cucumber.
Kendall isn't she the one that solved police brutality with a Pepsi?
Yep, that's her.
Are you serious?
Don't know how to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
She
like,
literally could not cut a cucumber. You supposed to
But
hold
that
a
doesn't
cucumber
make
and
any
cut it. That's
sense.
what she crossed in her hands. I'm like, girl.
that doesn't make any
Matt
sense.
Pat taught me how to hold
Yeah.
a fork and a knife to just cut like things into bite-sized pieces, but I don't think. I was like, is Chris doing any like? I don't want to say parenting.
There's
but
YouTube.
No, because her daughter being a whore made her famous. The whole family
There's
famous.
YouTube. I would never admit
No,
that.
Imagine going to YouTube, typing in, how do I cut a cucumber?
They're dumb.
You
You
might
might
not just
anyway.
results
I
that
feel
you
like I would
want.
never
I
admit
know,
that shit.
right?
That is something that you just don't.
No,
do
Ray
not
J.
admit.
Ray J. even said that the tapes weren't leaked, like that. Their sex
Oh, we
tape
know it was her.
that was like that.
We
was
know it wasn't
control-
leaked.
I mean,
No.
she saw how it worked for Paris Hilton. Like, didn't Kim Kardashian work for Paris Hilton at some point? She was like her assistant.
Mhm.
I mean, like,
So she wanted to
I
have
think-
it for her.
the one thing that you can't really argue against is that they know how to
Market.
market and do business and shit.
Mhm.
Cause like, they got no real skills that should make them billionaires, but they're fucking billionaires.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know.
And
But,
They play to what people want. They
but I will
play
say,
to the stupidity.
mm,
They're like, ooh, if I play dumb, let's see how many hits I get.
No, I think some of them are actually freaking dumb.
They are.
Kim might actually be the smartest one.
Yeah.
What
I
are you
mean,
gonna say?
not currently.
I was gonna say like I don't watch
I'm
like
never
that kind of
not
I don't
TV.
watch the show.
I don't have a lot of
I
opinions
don't-
on
I
it
don't
for the
sit
most
there
part,
and-
but Kim Kardashian just endorsed this like super evil dude for the mayor of Los Angeles
What?
because he's like paying off influencers to talk about him, and so I mean they sell their souls.
I mean,
And-
that's what it's
He's
about.
paying off.
To them, that's what it is.
I have never seen it on a like influencers.
Rick Caruso's his name. If you somehow are watching this and you live in LA, vote for anybody but Rick Caruso.
I've never seen influencers hit a political level.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Oh, yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, it's all blended together. Politics used to be a very separate thing. Now it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why motherfuckers will be like, well, you gotta politicize it. Like, no. It's already political.
Right.
Like, oh, why you gotta politicize these dead kids? It's like, they're dead because there's fucking laws that let people buy guns.
Right,
Like,
right,
it's already
right.
a political thing.
Oh, I remember I was gonna say earlier about. Okay, so the fact that everyone's like, oh, but it's my amendment right that I should own a gun. First of all, when the Constitution was drafted, the only guns that existed were like muskets.
And
Muskets
shotguns.
they took a long time to like.
Everybody should be allowed to have a musket. Everybody.
And you can figure that out. You deserve to shoot whatever's on
Yeah,
the
like,
other
yeah,
end.
no, if you're sitting there like
I'm getting ready.
whoever you're trying to kill, they probably earned it. Like
You gotta think about that. That's a process.
you gotta
And if
do
you
like
don't,
you gotta
if
do
you
an art
mess it
project.
up, you blow your hand off. So you better get it right.
Also,
That part.
the same Constitution that didn't claim that women and black people had rights were like so.
It didn't claim that they were people.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
There
probably,
we go.
somebody tweeted the other day. They're like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like we shouldn't be listening to a piece of paper written by 250-year-old ghosts. Like
Right.
You
That
can
part.
you can edit it like.
My thing is
the
like,
Second Amendment is literally an amendment. They
I feel
changed
like
it. That
the
is a change.
Constitution-
Right.
That
Right.
is
Right.
I feel like the Constitution is one of those things that's like a museum artifact, and that's it. And it should just be regarded as such.
Now
And
she
we
has
need
me doing
to.
the late
Yeah, right. I'm
thing.
trying.
I
to
know.
What's going on, right?
We're
I don't
over
know. It
here
looks like it's wet in the glass. I can't tell.
It's too late now.
Yeah, I feel like
There's
it's
4 different kinds of wines in here.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there's
even-
like, it's like
I still got
But I
layer
feel
cake
like
residue in
the
here and shit.
Constitution is one of those things where you know how you go to the museum and you see the dinosaurs,
Mm.
you know, the bones and all that. That's what it should be. Just that. We shouldn't be following the Constitution because it was written by people that are dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is like people with money, which equals power, figured out a way to interpret the Constitution to make sure that they maintain their money
Yep.
and power.
Made sure they came out on
then,
top.
And then it like they put people in office that rewarded them, and then the people in office got rewarded. Like it's a system that like it's just
washing the hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And like the fact of the matter is they don't fucking care. When the Democrats lose, they can still send out fundraising emails.
Right.
When they announced that Roe v. Wade was getting overturned, instantly they gave up on trying to do student debt relief because they're like, now in 2022 we can run on this. We're gonna be the party that brings back abortion. Motherfucker, you're the ones that let it get taken away.
And like we said in our other video, if you don't know, you should definitely check out the list of supporters for abortion laws. The people who are anti-abortion laws. Check out the list and see who.
The companies are surprising that are
It
funding
is.
abortion.
The people who Nancy Pelosi campaigns for are surprising. She just, there's a guy, Henry Cuellar, down in Texas. He's the only pro-life Democrat. He's like anti-abortion explicitly. And a young socialist woman was running against him. Nancy Pelosi went down and campaigned for this dude.
Wow.
And I
Oh, wow.
Now, I know it sounds bad that he's an anti-abortion Democrat. He's also under FBI investigation for corruption. So that's the guy that Nancy Pelosi's like, we need to
He must have something on Nancy Pelosi.
The people on the top, they say that they're on your side. They're fucking lying to you.
They
Because
are.
they're on
We need
top.
to blow up the entire system.
Facts. Facts.
The two-party system is not
Now
working
they
for
say
us.
just clean house. That's what we need to do.
And
Clean house.
actually,
Clean
for the
house.
first time in a long time, there are more millennials than there are baby boomers. And if all the millennials would actually show up and actually go out and vote, you might be able to overturn a couple elections. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's possible, but like the reality is that for our entire lives, the government has just been this fucking big make-believe thing that doesn't fucking help anyone. So like, while I agree, it's like, I understand when people are like, I'm not fucking voting, it's all the same. It's like, they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
They're
They're not
not
wrong.
really wrong.
And I feel like this last time I went out to the polls, and I did vote.
Yeah, I want to vote for Summer Lee. She's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
I actually
sir.
lost next year.
Are we drinking Martha Stewart wine right now?
Yes,
are.
Look at you knowing the
On
wine.
brand. On brand. On
Speaking
brand.
of criminals, 19 crimes. We love Martha though. 19
do.
crimes.
Friend of the pod.
Martha Chard. It's short for Chardonnay. We've had this before. We absolutely love it. Also, if you haven't tried 19 crimes, keep the bottle.
Martha.
Marsha.
It works. It works.
But Martha works just the same.
It's 13.8% alcohol.
That's a good number.
Um,
Right in the
that
sweet
is
spot.
Is this the Martha?
yeah.
I can't tell what color it is because of the color of the glass. It looks
Right.
like water, basically.
It's
You know,
yellow.
I'll drink it like water.
Exactly. That's the whole situation.
So basically, it doesn't really say anything about the flavor profile on the back. But the cool thing about the 19 Crowns bottles is they are VR. The cool thing is you take your phone, you scan the back of it, and the front of the bottle tells a story. Like, you can actually watch the story.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a VR. It's
We're
like
gonna have to
virtual
show
reality.
you when we arrive up. You can actually,
Ooh.
like, most of them have prisoners on them.
She looks like a photo show. You know how you do like a photo show?
19 crimes why?
She
These are
takes
our
great
stories.
photos.
And you can see
She
the
literally
story.
does.
Like, yeah.
Law and Order 19 Crimes. I would
Real
watch
talk.
that one. Where's Get Dick
I
Wolf
was
on
like,
the pod.
this is the greatest brand ever because it's like you get the wine
And you can,
and then you get a treat. Like you get to, they pop out the bottle. They're telling
Tell
you
you
it's
how
it's
they-
so fantastic. You're gonna love it.
Everything.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, what?
I'm gonna get
Love
19 crimes everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I found out that Summer Lee was my support for Summer Lee, I was like, oh, so if I support good people, then that means bad people don't like it, and someone I never met does not like me.
Mhm.
Put two and two together, and I was like, I'm doing something good. If a whole adult old enough to be my mother does not like me and has never met me, I'm doing something great.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Let me continue to
Yeah.
be great.
That's how you know.
It's very easy to find out who the bad people are is whenever you vocally support the good people and they're like, well, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Thank you for your Disney villain energy.
Yeah, right?
Because it's so true. It's like,
I came back.
you're mad because of what? Because I'm saying something that might actually
Actually,
help
if
some
someone
people?
doesn't like you, I'm biased, but
I'm voicing my opinion.
Yeah, like,
Please
you
let me
have the right to do that.
like, no,
You know, I never got
I was on my
I
porch.
did.
I was on my porch like a month ago, and I was wearing my coat because it was still cold out. And a bee was like flying around me, and I was like, "What's that bee?" And I pulled out it was like doing it for a while, so I pulled up my phone and started recording. And like instantly, I just watched the bee. He like flew down my arm, and I was just recording it. And then he flew up my coat sleeve, like while I was recording it. So I was like,
But it's like I
That's
literally
what
sit
you
there and
record
talk
me.
to bees. I hear bzzz.
Oh,
I
she
feel like,
freaks out.
okay, I'll get out of your space, okay, and I run.
My thing was different. My thing was so different. I was standing in a parking lot talking to a friend at a car. And I'm standing there talking. And I saw the bee go past, but I didn't think nothing of it because it wasn't really near me. Next thing I know, I'm in mid-sentence. And this motherfucker was like, I was like, ah, shit. I got a whole ass dog, left the stinger in my neck.
I got stung in the armpit one time. That was fucked up.
Whoa. And you, man, it's the arm. You can't even. You be over here like.
Look,
I had to get a friend to try to get the stinger out of my neck.
it was sad because like it was the first thing in the morning, like literally like I woke up, I walked down into my kitchen, I walked out my back door, I was wearing like a t-shirt, bee flew up to sleep and stung me like as soon as I stepped out the door, and then I like was like freaking out and I took my shirt off and the bee was still in me and like trying to fly away. I'm like, oh buddy, you fucked up. I felt bad. It hurt real bad, but I also felt so bad because it's like as soon as you pull out, you're dead, dude. Like,
Right.
Man.
But I do
As soon as you pull
remember.
out, you're dead.
Joke's on you, I do not pull out.
I do
Alright.
remember.
So it's interesting because I was like, I've been a mayor, I've been a volunteer, I've been an advocate, I've like all before 40.
What a resume. I've been a guy who got fired from a call center. I've been a guy who quit McDonald's because he got caught fucking his boss. I've been a guy. Hell yeah!
McDonald's was this.
Hold on. You can't.
Yeah, you can't say some stuff like
You
that.
can't stroll past that.
I know, like we
that's
ain't hear it
normal.
before.
Like we
No.
done did that. Like we done all been through it.
Look, all I'm saying is that if you fuck your boss at McDonald's, it might make your workplace
might.
uncomfortable.
Okay.
Okay? Like,
This has been good topics.
wait, hold on. How does this? Do we like say which was our favorite wine or something?
Oh,
'Cause
we can say your favorite one.
I don't know if we're supposed to, but I got a favorite.
What's your favorite?
I
You
know
already
what
know
your
what your
favorite
favorite
wine
is.
is.
Green blush.
Your favorite wine.
I'm happy to end the podcast by announcing I am no longer single. I'm so
After you did what you did with that chicken wing, I don't know. I'm gonna cut it.
I don't know how Bree will tell you no.
I'm gonna cut it and put it on the Instagram page.
I had to take them off, y'all.
Alright, so if I'm gonna pick a
Take
favorite,
them off.
I'm gonna have to say it is a tie. They're on the opposite sides of the spectrum. It's a layer cake because it actually was pretty good after the first sip, and the Breeze Blush.
Yes, opposite ends of the spectrum for sure.
Yeah, that was.
You know, I'm gonna sit here and say, you know, the mother gave birth to her daughter, so obviously, you know, I'm gonna go.
It never happens in the other world.
Oh, with mama.
Like mother, like daughter. Actually,
Yeah.
not like mother.
Like mother.
Cause like mother.
No, it didn't mean continue. No, what's your favorite? Blue or
I
white?
like, of
We already
course.
know
Oh,
it's two.
I like.
Which one I
Of
need?
course, my love is for Martha, but I really like Bree.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, and it's layered.
Okay.
A layer cake.
Okay,
Okay.
so- All right. It took you a while to get there, but okay.
It's not about the destination, you know that.
You know,
That's
it
it.
take
Give
her a
shout out
minute
to
to
the
get.
mother for giving birth
Well,
to the
y'all
daughter.
already know how I feel about people's mamas. So.
She said, "You already know how I feel about the Mom Dukes."
All right. Helena, what's your favorite?
Mom Dukes for sure.
Yeah, mom was in there. I mean,
Mom
she
Dukes.
wasn't in there. I
She-
mean, see, this is why I could never
See,
cheat.
look, I
She wasn't. Well, see, what had happened was.
would have
Damn, I
said Bree.
All right.
Look, y'all, I would have said Bree, but if it wasn't for that little bit of carbonation,
Yeah, that part.
that shit got me. I said, "Ooh." So glad you said that. You know what?
Wait,
Yeah.
how was that?
Yes! It's house one, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
We bye. Bye. Thank you guys for watching again.
Goodbye.
Make sure you
Sayonara.
subscribe.
I don't want
And,
to right now. I done took my name lashes off.
You didn't take a picture with them on, did you?
I did. I took like
Want
two.
y'all to understand.
You gotta send me a picture. They send me free shit.
You want me to-
Take pictures.
I want y'all to understand. There's a lot of lash going on.
Can you reuse them? Or are you gonna reuse them?
Because it's they're very fluffy.
No, that was one of the free stuff that I always
Those
get.
are hers. I was like, "Oh, girl,
I was
you
like, I'm
some-
gonna put them on.
they
Oh,
sent
yeah,
you
these
some
are
good
neat.
ones." Yeah,
Are those the natural ones?
Hold on.
They did
Go-
No, you know her sister makes eyelashes.
No, I get free stuff sent to me.
I know, but I was
What
telling
you say? Hold on.
Before we wrap up, can I take a selfie where I'm holding a clean bone and you
Yes,
guys
you
are holding
Are you
empty bottles?
nasty?
Hold on.
Yes.
You each hold a bottle. The caption is going to be clean bones and empty bottles.
Okay.
Hold on, you get my.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, you got it. You
Oh,
got
I got
it. Okay. You got
Has everybody got a bottle?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Oh, this you crazy mother.